Hey everyone, how's it going? So it's Friday after the close, and here a little follow up what happened this weekend, and it went exactly as planned. There you go. That's how it's done. Um, Even though in the beginning of the week I was saying, don't play, don't play, a lot of that will be um, just personal opinion because things get way too volatile. Well, it's not where it's not worth it to play. And I want to look out for you guys and for myself in saying, hey, I'm not even going to use this data because things are too crazy. And you saw when Apple went down to 310 and then it was up another $10 the next day and then 7 or down or whatever that was. I mean, that's just not normal. And there was, 20 million or 12 million shares right off the bat that one time, and then every day this week 20 million shares. So it's not worth it for you to play unless you come way out here. But you can't really come this far out on the weekly stuff because there's not enough premium. Like as soon as you come out here, there'll be just nothing. So that's why it's better not to do anything, but just observe. So I was saying, don't do anything just because the you don't know. You could sell this and it'd be great up here, and then all of a sudden it'll be so it's just way too much. And then 23rd, what was that, Wednesday or so? I said have at it if you want to. By that time it's a little late, but if you wanted to, nonetheless, um, it was in their best interest for it not to go below there and not to go above there and finish here in the middle. And I think I had this. I didn't even notice on Monday. I put this 325 there because that's what it was looking like, and that was pretty close. So, and then let me explain too I think on this July one, because I was just selling the July stuff. Yesterday, I sold the 295 put spread for 54 cents. And so what I do, like when I talk about rolling, you can sell down here and then if Apple goes this way, just roll up, roll up. What I do and why I like to let a lot of my stuff expire, so I sold this 285 out here, I'll just leave it. I figure that money dead and gone. So I have more money that I'll just come and sell something up here. And then if Apple keeps going, I'll just leave that on. There's no sense in for me to buy it back. I'll go ahead and take that 5 cents and that 5 cents here and not spend the commission, all that. Like I'll just let it go and not even enter in my mind. And then if Apple kept going this way, and then I'll come up and sell here. So I'll have a bunch of different spreads on. So for right now, I have just to show you this 300, 290. Oops. So the short 300, 295, and then I have this one on also. Just to show you guys I'm not making this stuff up. But if you did need money, like say you only were trading, whatever amount, then go ahead and what I would have did is that 285, I would have moved it to the 300 and then kept it there. So you can do it a bunch of different ways. But when I talk about rolling, a lot of times I'll just start a new position and it simulates the same thing. So that's what I did. You're pretty. I mean, it's kind of just getting sad now. I thought. I didn't think the options market would be this strong. A lot of it too is kind of the broad market, but there's a reason it is not going to go above here. And two, you can look at it two ways. If you're not in the manipulation camp, like, which it's actually it's two things really is what's happening is 100% manipulation people. They're just going to sell here to keep it under here. They're going to buy here when Apple's at 310, buy it up to put it back in this range. You also have another function though, is like today is example. So did it even start up at that 330? What was that? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. So what you're gonna have is so Apple opened up here at this 332 area, and all these people, since there's one day left, and they're just gonna take their profits while they have them. So these get closed up. A market maker has to take the other side of this. So a market maker has to short shares because they now are long calls. So the pressure keeps going this way, this way, this way. And then, today just sat around this area, that 328, 327, whatever. And then later in the day, because whatever happens, these start to close up. Your broker closes them up for you, you close them up, whatever. So now a market maker is the only one left. They have to take these 325 puts now. So what happened? I mean calls. So what happens is they have to sell. They buy these from you. They have to sell shares. So now it starts getting more pressure, more pressure. So what'll keep happening? I mean, that's the so either way, Apple's being artificially. It's not being priced right. So come over here. You just name whatever, and it's gonna do it. So you and either side, just like you guys saw last week, that 320 held strong, and then that Monday open just killed it, or it was this Monday. Um, all these they carry too much power because everyone will start to close these out, and the market maker has to take the other side. So you can't really blame. I'm not blaming on the market maker. That's just the way it goes. But it's just this options will. I mean, here's your place. It's not going to go above that. It would take a massive, massive volume to break through this. And by now, you guys keep seeing it. So if you guys been visiting the site every day now, you're seeing this is no joke. It's not for whatever reason it's happening, and you just saw it firsthand. Um, I didn't even believe that this was gonna go. I didn't even believe this was gonna hold this week. I was like, no way. It's getting too close. So okay, I'm back. Got a few more minutes. Um, and for people that don't even want anything to do with options, just here for observation or whatnot, like I was saying, use these as your buy and sell points too for just like I keep saying, when Apple's down here at this 310 area, that's gonna be a good area to buy because more than likely it's gonna be coming back this way, which it did. Same thing over here. If you shorter term or whatever, you just need to sell stock by the end of the week because you're going to buy a new car for tax reasons or whatever. And so Apple's up here. That's gonna be a good time to sell because more than likely it's gonna be coming back here. Um, so that's how also you can use this data in an alternative way. Another thing I wanted to show, like why selling options is so much superior as long as you're safe with it and don't just out of the blue like, oh, I sold this. Like, well, I mean, have some thought and be safe about it. Selling options are not risky as long as you know what you're doing. Um, but there's nowhere why I love them is because there's nowhere. Let me go to bigger this next July. There's nowhere else. So when you buy option, I'm sure you guys know, you have to be right on so many things. Like this is July, and you say you bought these 350s. Oh, Apple's going up just because you think it is, or for earnings. So you buy options, and then you need to get the direction right. You need to get the timing right. Like it has to move now, or else you're gonna just the theta is going to kick in and you're just going to get blown out of the way. And then you have to get volatility right. Is if Apple moves, $10, but volatility just drops, then your option is not. It's going to start losing value. So there's so many. You just have to get things precise when you're buying options. With selling options, like say you sold right here, the beauty of it. Where else? There's no other position in this world where you can. So Apple stays right here. Apple goes up, you make money. Apple stays flat, you make money. Apple goes down a certain amount, you make money. So every single direction is covered up into a certain point. Like with those 285s, I will make 100% of what I took in everything's capped, so there's not going to be these huge gains. But over time, this will beat anything because look at all these people that where you can make 1,000% or 100% in a month or whatever buying these options. Well, this is like the 7th month now where you've just gotten killed if you bought options. Speaking of most for the call part, but just in general, odds are just not in your favor. So I can come all the way out here like I did and sell that 285 put spread and then that 300. So Apple can sit here all month and I couldn't care less. That's fine. I'm making 100% of what I took in. Apple can move up. I'm making money. Apple can move all the way down to 285. And guess what? I still made 100% of the profits. So it's just, you make money when Apple sits there all day. And I kind of got into it. It's one of those just simpler trades where I just pick a spot that I think Apple's not going to go and sell that. And I don't care about what what Apple does and what time frame. Time's my friend at that point. So that just hopefully help you guys.